Thank you and good afternoon. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam Sports Report. We're going to preview the football season of Big 12 and baseball. Let's start with baseball first. The Royals played the Minnesota Twins after Royals went 3-3 on their last road trip. That is keeping them afloat. The Royals need to go about 6-3 and 7-2 in their next 9 games, which will be facing the Twins, the Nationals, and White Sox if you want to add 3 more of the Rangers. But for the 9 games, the Royals need to go 6-3 or 7-2. The Royals will face the Twins tonight. The Royals are keeping it afloat, as I said, as they are 1 game back of 500. The Royals will face the Twins again tonight. The Royals will have Seth Lugo on the mound with his new contract. The Twins will have Joe Ryan on the mound. The Twins have lost 11 players as they went for a full sale, as they will likely get a new owner, but not move from Minneapolis. Game time for the Royals and Twins, 7-10. Now we move on to the Cubs. The Cubs sit in second place in the second best team in their division. The Brewers, who have been playing really well as of late. The Cubs lost the series to the Reds. Cubs and Cardinals will play. The Cardinals sit at right at 50% at 500. Matthew Boyd will go for the Cubs, and Michael McGravy will go for the Cardinals. Matthew Boyd has one of the top 4 ERAs in baseball. Michael McGravy has had a rough season. First pitch for Cardinals and Cubs is at 7:15 from Busch Stadium. On to preseason NFL football, which keeps going tonight for week 1. They had a game, the Hall of Fame game. All the teams except for 2 kick off this weekend. The Lions versus the Falcons will be tonight at 7. Hendon Hooker is expected to be the starting quarterback for the Lions, providing a key look in the backup role. For the Falcons, it's expected to be rookie James Pierce, Jalen Wooker, and Xavier Watts are confirmed to be players like limited time. James Pierce is a linebacker for the Falcons. Jalen Walker, linebacker as well. Xavier Watts is a safety from Notre Dame. Those players expect to see the first half. The Falcons will limit their starters, and some key players are injured for the Falcons. So that's that. The Commanders versus the Patriots tonight at 7:30, according to teams reports. All healthy Commanders are expected to see playing time, giving the fans a broad glimpse of the starters in the roster action. Patriots have not reported about their starters yet. We're going to preview the Big 12 football. Let's get that started. We're going to start with Kansas State, as they will play Iowa State to start in what 2 weeks is, August 23rd, 2 weeks from tomorrow. Under head coach Chris Kleiman, Kansas State has delivered in the last 8 seasons, winning at least 8 games. The last 4 seasons they have captured a Big 12 title in 2022. Betting market sees the Wildcats as one of the top contenders in the Big 12. Arizona State with a conference crown. Avery Johnson starting quarterback after a breakout season where he threw for 2,700 yards and 12 and a rushing over 600. His dual threat skills are a major advantage. The backfield is powered by DJ Guidance, a dynamic runner who surpassed 1,300 yards. He's already drawing NFL interest in meeting the Chargers during the Combine. Both from the Blue, Joyce Brown emerges as a top receiver. He tailed with 823 yards and 5 touchdowns last season. The offensive line gets reinforcement via transfer addition like George Fitzpatrick from Ohio State. The defensive depth, the defense returns 5 starters that helped limit opponents to just 5.2 yards a play last season. Austin Rhymes, running back, turned into a linebacker as a guardian of the Big 12. He was an elite defender last year. Meanwhile, VJ Pine is Lone Star returning from the secondary. Still newcomers, red shirts like Wesley Fair bring depth to their promised group. Turnovers control critical as Kansas State was 9-0 in their games of which they kept the turnovers low, but went 0-4 as they didn't minimize mistakes as a foundation reaching their ceiling. Analysts believe that this could be a year that they crack college football playoff, supported by balanced talent on both sides of the ball, veteran leadership, and high-powered schemes. Stability at the quarterback position, explosive backfield performance, and deep, opportunistic defense to align Kansas State as a leading contender to in the Big 12 potentially national stage. The schedule review for the Kansas State Wildcats looks like this. August 23rd, week 0, Iowa State will play in Dublin, Ireland to kick off the season at 11 o'clock Central Time. August 30th will be against North Dakota State in Manhattan versus Army in Manhattan. September 13th will be a good one, Arizona in Tulsa, Arizona. September 27th will be versus UFC in Manhattan. At Baylor in Waco, Texas. October 4th. October 11th, TCU, Manhattan, Kansas. October 25th, Kansas, Lawrence, Kansas. November 1st in Texas Tech, or versus Texas Tech in Manhattan. November 15th, Oklahoma State in Stillwater. November 22nd, Utah in Salt Lake. November 29th, Colorado in Manhattan. Iowa State preview. Team overview continues to build under head coach Matt Campbell, known for his stage of leadership and competitiveness of squads. The Big 12, the Cyclones aim to improve off of last season's performance. Went 7-2. Went 7-2. I don't know why in the conference, and Iowa State went 11-3 last year in overall in conference and 7-2 in conference play. This year, I expect somewhere. I'm going to say 9-3, 8-4. The Iowa State Cyclones. As we will now go over their schedule. Iowa State's football preview is a team overview. Iowa State's head coach Matt Campbell has been known for his strong leadership and competitive squads within Big 12. The Cyclones aim to improve on their season performance and complete for the top spot in conference. Balanced offense expect for the Cyclones quarterback play. Defense is known for aggressive, creating turnovers, pressure spots. Secondary key players. Quarterback named TBA for the Cyclones. Running back, a dynamic back who can break, contributing to passing game. Defense expects edge rushers and defense back who can challenge the moment. The Iowa State stiffens their competition. Big 12 traditional powerhouse program, making even games tough. Their success will depend on consistency, avoiding turnovers, and winning key conference games. Season goals: win a bowl game, at least 8 wins, compete strongly for the Big 12, and push for conference championship. 2025 Iowa State. Iowa State opens with Kansas State, as you said, in Dublin. That's August 23rd. August 30th, they will play South Dakota State in Ames. September 1st, 6th, They will play Iowa at Iowa State. September 13th, they will play at Arkansas State in Jonesboro. September 20th, they will bye Iowa State. September 27th, they'll play Arizona. October 4th, Cincinnati. And that will be on the road. Iowa State at Colorado on October 11th. The bye week, Iowa State will play BYU at home. November 1st, they will play Arizona State. November 8th, they will play TCU in Fort Worth, Texas. A bye week. November 15th, bye week. Iowa State University versus Kansas and Ames, Iowa, at Oklahoma State. And then we'll see, as I said, Iowa State either 9-3 or 8-4. Now we move on to the Kansas Jayhawks football preview. Head coach Lance Leipold, record at 5-7, improvement competitive, showing promise. Kansas has been steadily improving since Coach Leipold is known for his discipline and efficiency. The Jayhawks foundation on both sides, but still will turn the close games into consistency. Season expected pivotal. One of the coaching, the Big 12 key returning the quarterback position. Look for the dual threat quarterback presser to lead in the offense. If the starter is healthy, expect better ball control and fewer turnovers. Running back named TBD. Kansas typically leans on their starting running games. Their lead is showed of explosive wide receiver, a few dynamic makes downfield. The offensive line needs some work at projecting talent, projecting the quarterback open lanes. Defense standout. Key linebackers tightened. In defense, Jalen Daniels is a Kansas quarterback. He had a rough time staying healthy last year. Key players to watch, as I mentioned, the quarterback. Running back often needs to be in balance, and wide receivers expect a few playmakers. Schedule highlights. OSU will be faced to top contention within the Big 12. Kansas football schedule looks like this. August 23rd, they will open against Fresno State. Saturday at Fresno State, which is a 5:30 Central Time. Wagner, 6:30 p.m. Central. And then they'll go to Como, Columbia, Missouri. At Missouri, 6 o'clock, 2:30 to bring in the border war back for the first time since 2011. West Virginia will play versus in Lawrence, Kansas, September 20th, TBA. Rest of the games, TBA. One, the last game, so we'll just go through it here. Cincinnati, September 27th. UFC, October 4th. In Orlando, Texas Tech. In October 11th, open at Texas Tech. Kansas State in Lawrence, October 25th. Oklahoma State, November 1st. Arizona, November 8th. Iowa State, November 22nd. Utah, November 28th. At 11 a.m. Central, that's the last game. And that's Sam Vaughn Sports on the Big 12, who will open when we get to it this week with another team starting Oklahoma State. That's Sam Vaughn Sports.